What makes relationships last?
Our relationship has had its ups and downs, but what we've found is good communication holds everything together.
We decided to dedicate time every week to not only strengthen our relationship, but stimulate personal growth.
Strong relationships are built on strong communication.
Welcome to Date Night Conversations.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Date Night Conversations. I'm Chantel.
And I'm Craig.
And in this video, we're going to ask each other 3 questions we have never asked each other before.
Guys, we've been doing this for over 2 months now.
Yeah.
And every single time, we're still excited to see what's going to come up next because the questions are all so random. It's different every time.
Yeah. Like, you never know what you're going to get. Like, guys, we don't pre-plan the questions. We pick them out of different boxes and see what the question prompts us to think about. And sometimes it could be a little bit superficial, like what's the most used emoji was one we did one time.
Some are really simple and some are like so deep.
And it's like, whoa, how, like, it's just my mind went somewhere that it has never brought focus to before. And I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, same.
You know?
So not only are we learning more about each other, you guys are learning more about us.
Yes.
But when you guys give us your response to these questions, we get to learn more about you too.
Yeah, it's so true. And I look forward to that every single week. So thank you guys. All right, you ready to get into it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so I'm up first.
Yeah,
See?
you got a first question.
I remembered. Okay, would you rather be slightly late or super early?
Would you rather be slightly late or super early?
Can I be, like, I have to be honest with this one, but which one would you choose?
I'm gonna be slightly late. Because that's normal.
You know what? That might be the case for most people, but there are some people that don't see it that way. They're like, no way, I'm always gonna be super early because that's the type of person I am, and that's okay. That's okay. There can be 2 different people here in this situation.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's totally fine, guys. Okay, so you would be like a little bit late. You would rather be a little bit late.
I wouldn't rather be.
Oh.
But that's what's going to happen. If this was actually a life decision, listen, you have to be one or you have to be the other, and the event is happening this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be slightly late. There's way too many variables that are not in my control. So just as much as I will do my best. But if I had to be super early, man, that's
a little annoying. It's like, how long have you been sitting here?
I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Because it really depends on what's the word?
Like the circumstance on like why you're there.
The circumstance, yeah.
It does depend.
Because if it's like a party, you don't want to be super early.
Never. I'm sorry. Unless you want me to set up, that's a different story. But if I'm a guest, I'm gonna wait until most people are there.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. That's just me.
Yeah, I still think it's an appropriate time, but you're not super early. You're slightly late. I feel like people set up those dates or those times knowing that.
Yeah.
Hey, it starts at 5. If you're there by 7, you're good.
Yeah. That is so true. That is so true. And I totally vibe with those people.
But what if you showed up at 3 for that event?
Who are you? And why are you there that early? It would depend on the person.
Are you going to help me set up?
And there's people that do that. They're like, you know what? The party's at 7. I'm going at 5 because I'm going to talk to her and then help her set up. Or they'll be like those type of people that, I don't know.
Hey, okay, but the thing is, what if it was like an appointment, like your doctor or your like dentist or something like that?
What are you going to do? Sit for an hour and a half and read a magazine?
How much is super early?
But it depends. Do you have...
I don't like being late for those appointments.
No, that I'm a bit... Right now, in this day and age, I'm on time. 5 minutes. Back then, sometimes I would be like 10 minutes early. Most times, I'm right on time or 3 minutes. No later than 5 minutes late. And I would call. And just let them know I'm running
maybe
late.
5 minutes late.
No, because there's times where I totally forgot.
So if you have to be super late or super early...
Not super late. It's
slightly.
That's okay.
If you have to be slightly late,
Yeah.
or super early.
Yeah.
If the dentist slightly late is like fine.
Oh yeah, that's acceptable. Yes.
But is it acceptable to them? Like, oh, this one, she's always slightly late.
No, they don't like when you're really late, slightly late. That's fine because at that point they're kind of just, the other client is just coming out paying and you guys are just...
There's a buffer.
There's a little buffer, so it's totally fine. Or you have to hold the door and wait anyways because they're finishing up and they have to do your temperature, sign you in, ask you all the... So it's fine.
Gosh, but what if it was a date? A first date? There's
first
various
date?
scenarios.
So the first date, I'm leaning more towards being like super early because I would just be in my car. But it depends.
I would be super early for something like that.
Yeah, like it really does depend.
I would not want to be late.
Yeah, it really does depend.
Wow, it's interesting how different, how important being on time for
a certain situation matters. Yeah.
I never really thought of it that way. Because there's probably a whole list that they go from, I don't really care when I show up, to I have to be there early.
There's people that just don't show up. And it's like, yeah, I told you, my situation, last time I got screwed over. Yeah, and they're just like, man, like there's people, so there's different type of people. And it's just like, I respect every single one of yous. That's all I'm gonna say. That's hilarious.
But you get titled.
Yeah, I wonder if they know their title.
So and so, they're always super early. Oh, I can count on them. They're gonna help me set up.
Oh yeah.
Or they'll be a little late, or they'll be way late if they come.
Right. There's so many of them, and there's the ones that you can't even think about right now. The ones that come, eat the food, and leave. There's all sorts of different people. Think about it.
I'm just going for the food.
Or there's people that's like, oh, I'm a party crasher. Like, oh, I hear something's going on. And they hear noise. And they walk and they just go into parties. They don't know anybody. And you've heard of those stories on MTV when they tell stories like, oh man, see? There's everything you can think of out there.
But the question was, would you rather be slightly late or super early in general?
Slightly late.
Yeah. I think more circumstances allow for slightly late than super early.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Okay.
All right, guys. We are most definitely turning it back to you guys. Let us know your answer to this question. Let's read it just one more time.
Okay. Would you rather be slightly late or super early?
All right, guys. You know what to do. Comment down below. I'm looking forward to reading your guys' comments. All right.
I think, if we're just being honest, I think most people would rather be...
No, people are people. I think people are different. And I appreciate the difference. Yeah, I really do. I can totally see
you know what? I do know people who are like super, super punctual. Like, no,
I'll never let it happen. It makes them feel uncomfortable. But me, like, I don't have that feeling. And I totally can see the other side. Like, I don't think there's a wrong or a right way. Or I just think that everybody is different. And we should respect a world like that we live in. Done. I'm sorry. That's how I feel.
There's no right or wrong in this.
No. It just depends on your values. Like, it's whatever. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Guys, no, we're turning it to them now, okay? Because we'll go on forever with this question. We'll just keep finding little loopholes. All right, guys, we're moving on to question number 2.
Question number 2. Who in your life or past do you owe an apology and what for?
Honestly, okay. So most people that I owe an apology to, I'm pretty sure I already apologized to them. But I think, to be honest, the people that I think I owe an apology to would be the people who knew me, like the authority figures that knew me when I was growing up.
Oh my goodness.
Because I said it in other episodes, but I am not the person I was when I was in grade school, in high school. And I've said it before, like I had a troubled past. And I don't remember everything that went on. I just know that I wasn't the easiest person to deal with. And I am so sorry to all the authority figures out there that try to help me and I just had an attitude problem with. And I didn't need one. That's who I think I owe an apology to, are those people. And that's me just being 100% real. I'm sorry. Your turn.
Man.
Oh, I have one. When Danny was riding down to show you the first time he was riding the bike.
Oh, man.
And he was like, Daddy, here it comes. Daddy, here it comes. It was so cute.
And I was with the girls.
You're too
I
far
was like
down.
too distracted. And I saw the video after and I felt so bad. You wouldn't get that anyway.
No, but...
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, see? But it's so small. I think...
Here it comes, Daddy. Here it comes. He kept saying it, and I was just out of earshot, or I was with Jasmine
And Amaya, you're just down the way.
and.
Alright guys, so we're going to turn it over to you. Let's read the question one more time.
Who in your life or past do you owe an apology, and what for?
Alright, you guys know what to do. Comment down below. Alright guys, so last question is mine. Alright, last question. What seemingly insignificant thing contributes greatly to your happiness?
What seemingly insignificant thing contributes greatly
To your happiness.
to my happiness?
Yes.
Seemingly insignificant thing. Oh my gosh, I'm sure there's like lots of them because,
So,
but I wouldn't know
mhm,
until it was gone.
right.
Contributes greatly to your happiness. Oh my gosh, some of these questions really make you think.
Yeah, see, like this one, it caught us. It caught us real good.
I got one.
What?
The phone stand.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I totally agree. It's so handy.
Seemingly insignificant thing because every time you're just going about it like, oh, whatever, and then you see the stand, you're like, oh, and it actually is like it gives you a spot that's like a station for it. It's out of the way. It keeps it on an angle. You can actually,
Yes.
and versus trying to find a shelf or leave it on the floor where you
Yeah.
never quite feel comfortable with it. When you see that phone stand,
Yeah, you automatically just put your phone there.
and it is like almost a little like, oh yeah, it gives you. There's an appreciation for it every time you go to use it.
100% agree.
So is that
I'm
fit?
agree.
Seemingly insignificant
Yes.
thing which really your happiness.
Absolutely.
That's such a
Because it's like,
simple-
yeah, and you're in your own space in the gym and you put it there. It's out of the way. You can go to it to check whatever. Like, it's there. It's safe. I agree. I'm agreeing with this one. Yeah.
Is there anything else?
I'm sure there is.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything else.
Seemingly insignificant thing. Like, well, no, because I think the other things, they all have a knowing significance. So, like, when Deanie comes up, he just gives you a little kiss. He's just, like, so affectionate, gives you hugs. Like, those things, I don't think that's insignificant.
Mm-hmm.
No, like, those are significant,
Yeah,
right?
those are.
So, it's like, what I'm saying is there's those kind of things where to somebody else, like, when your kid just comes up, puts his head on and runs away, like, that's huge in affecting happiness, right? Or someone else might look at that and think of it as seemingly insignificant.
Maybe. For sure.
Okay. Phone stand.
The phone stand. All right, guys. We're turning the question over to you. Let's read the question one more time. What seemingly insignificant thing contributes greatly to your happiness? All right, guys. Maybe it's a pen for some people. It's just like, oh, it's my favorite pen.
Like, I'm trying to
I
think
don't
the
know.
direction people might go with it.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
it could be like when you pick up a pen and it writes really, really smooth.
And you're writing in diaries and on notepads
Yeah,
all day
like
because
that.
of it.
And then you pick up one that's a little rough.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no. And then, oh, that's amazing. And
Yeah.
you're just like, that's appreciation. It's those little things that can definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you count like something like meditation?
I think that's pretty significant for the people
I think
that
so
do
too.
it.
Absolutely, that's
yeah.
just it.
Yeah, the people that do it.
You know it's significant. So, right, that's the same. Okay. So, I'm interested. What is seemingly insignificant to you?
Yeah. All right, guys. You know what to do. Drop a comment down below. All right. So that was the end of Date Night Conversations, episode 23.
Nice.
Look how far we come. We just keep going. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.